what's up everybody? This is Chelsea Lee here, live from Dallas, Texas, and I am super excited to be here and talking to you guys about the top 10 things that you should know about when it comes to your credit reports, your credit scores. So as you're coming in, just let me know where you're coming from, and if you're watching in the playback, just drop down and say hi to me so I could reply to you back in the comments. But super excited about this. I hope you guys are having a great start to your morning. And yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna make this super quick, but if you get value out of this, or if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Feel free to share as we get into the details. So as you know, as a consumer looking to borrow money, the lending industry, they use credit histories and credit scores to help determine whether you get approved for credit cards, loans, mortgages, auto loans, whatever it is that you're looking to purchase, right? Looking to borrow. So why is this so important? So we're about to get into that. So the first thing, right? First thing, lenders look at your credit history. So I got my notes here, it's Guy, that's what I'm looking at. But lenders look to your credit history, so looking at a record of whether or not you've paid your bills, how you've been paying your bills, are they on time, to see, and they want to see how likely you are to be able to repay them back. Okay, so that's a big thing, right? That's number one. Number two, why should you care about your credit? So some people don't know why they should care about credit until it comes to where they need to use their good credit, right? So lending decisions, every lending decision, almost 9 out of 10 times is going to be based on your credit report, your credit scores, what all of that looks like. Okay. Number three, so credit bureaus track borrowing behavior. So Experian, Equifax, TransUnion are the three major bureaus, and so they all keep track of how we borrow money, how we repay it back, is it on time, how we use the money that we've borrowed, right? So that's a big thing that's on the credit report. Number four, so credit reports include several types of information. So this is a really big one. So all of the personal information that's on your credit report, when you look at it, you're going to see your name, you're going to see any name you've ever used, you're going to see your date of birth, your phone number, your social security number, your employer information, who you worked with in the past. You're going to see you're also going to see public records, right? Public records is going to be on there. You're going to see all kinds of account history of how they track information, okay? So with that kind of information, especially personal information, it's super, super important to keep an eye on that, to keep track of that. So if you guys do not have something or a site that you use to monitor your credit, it's super important that you do, especially the day and age we're in with so much identity thefts going on, frauds going on. So you want to keep track of what actually is going on with your credit. And so anytime you see any AKA information that is incorrect, that could potentially lead to a mixed file. And what a mixed file is pretty much someone else's information that you have nothing to do with could potentially come onto your credit report, and now your credit report is your credit score, your credit report is now going down. It's messed up because of someone else's information on your score. So that's something super important to keep track of. You can take care of that. If you do see something inaccurate with the bureaus, you can call them to get that taken care of with that AKA information, okay? So number five, like I said, some credit report information, it can be wrong. So it's important, like I said, to keep track of that. On your credit report, typically what you're going to be seeing, public records, it could be anywhere from judgments. You'll see bankruptcies typically showing. You'll see tax liens showing. Child support will be on there sometimes, depending on who it's with. You'll see pretty much almost every account information. You'll also see that negative information. If something did go to collections, if something did charge off, that typically is going to report on your credit report, okay? Number six, credit report data is used to calculate your credit scores, right? So your credit score pretty much it's almost like a grade in school, right? So either you've got an A, B, C, or D, right? So with your credit score, it's almost the same thing. It sums up your borrowing history. So everything that you do with your credit, it's gonna affect the score, right? Whether positive or negative. So that's something to keep in mind. Number seven, so FICO score is, so FICO scoring, you've probably heard of it. There's a FICO score, there's Vantage scoring, but FICO is the most widely used credit score out there. So each lender, they have their own strategy. So if you go to a dealership, or if you go to apply for a mortgage loan, or if you go to get a secured loan at a credit union, each lender uses a different way to kind of assess whether you're going to be a risk for them, or if you're going to be high risk or low risk, right? And so that's a big thing. So just keep in mind, if you are looking at your credit, you want to look at your FICO score. And so there is consumer sites out there that you can use to check that information. There is there are other reports that you could use as well that I'll get into here in a sec. But number 8, there is, to be aware of, there is other credit scores. So like I was saying, there is a Vantage scoring. So Vantage scoring is pretty much just, it's like FICO, but it's completely different. What Vantage has done is they use their own unique method of like weighing out the score with the algorithm that they use. So that is another scoring method. So like Credit Karma typically uses Vantage. So your Credit Karma score is typically it typically is always going to be a little bit off compared to your FICO, right? Because the way they weigh this stuff out. And so when you're getting ready to purchase, a vehicle, you cannot go based off of just your Credit Karma score, because that's not going to be accurate when the lender pulls it, right? So if you want a true accurate idea of where your score is at, find a FICO report, okay? Number 9, so there is credit reports for free. You can check your credit scores for free, and sometimes they are at a price. So I don't know if you guys know this, but you can get annual reports from TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian every 12 months, right? So that full year, you'll have a free annual report. If you haven't got one yet, you can go ahead and request that from the bureaus as well, just so you know. But that is something you can get. So free annual report. There is consumer sites. Personally, like I use Identity IQ, which is a consumer site. There is Credit Check Total. There's all kinds of sites out there that you could use. It's probably like, maybe $20 a month, just depending on how you're monitoring your credit. Okay, so that is out there. And if you guys are looking to check your credit and you don't know where to go, you can just message me and I can send you a link over if you need to. And then last but not least, so number 10, so service providers, employers may also review your credit report. So this is a big thing that people are not aware of. So when it comes to insurance, when it comes to getting a cell phone, okay, they are going to be checking your credit. So I don't know if you don't know that, but they will check your credit. Your rates are based off of that. How much you're going to put down for your phone is based off of that. Also employers. So this is a huge thing. I've actually had personally clients come to me because they're like, Chelsea, I'm trying to get approved for this job. The only thing that's holding me back is my credit, right? And so that is a big thing right now. There is employers out there that are going to be checking your credit because they want to make sure who they're taking on is, is a good fit for their company and they meet their standards. So that's a huge thing right now. So keep that all in mind that, in this day and age, your credit really does matter. It kind of, just because you did have some stuff in the past, it doesn't mean anything. That's something that can be fixed. So with that said, I know this is a really quick video, but I just wanted to put that out there for you guys to know and understand how your credit reports are used, how your credit scores are going to be calculated, and what the lenders are looking at. So if you have any questions about that, just let me know. But other than that, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching. And then, like I said, feel free to drop in the comments where you're coming from. And I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much.